Welcome back to our elementary math class. Today, we'll be looking at how to find the square root of any number without a calculator. So it's part of what we need to learn as pupils. Don't forget that when you are taking your common entrance or you are taking your Prime 4 exam or Prime 5 exam or Prime 6 exam, your examiners will ask you not to use calculator when you are simplifying. And in that case, anytime you have a number that is not a perfect square, it's good that you know how you can find your way out around, or your way around it, how you can obtain the square root of such a number. The method I want to teach you today, like I said, does not require use of calculator. However, it will give you an estimate. I mean, the closest value to the square root, the actual square root of the number. So we want to see. We have two examples to look into. The first one is the square root of 5. You know, we write square root of 5 this way. So when you want to find the square root of 5, you use this formula I put here. This n here means the number itself. Like the case here, 5 is n, number is 5. Plus, when you have 5, you know, the perfect square we have 1 is perfect, we have 4 is perfect, we have 5, we have 9 after 4. So that means this 5 already falls between 4, perfect square 4 and perfect square 9. So the next P here means the next perfect square. So that means when you have 5 here as n, then the next perfect square will be 9. So in the formula, we now have over square root of, this will be square root two times square root of that perfect square. Square root of the perfect square. So when you want to simplify that of 5 here, the square root of 5 will simply be 5 plus the next perfect square after 5 is 9 over 2 times square root of 9. And 5 plus 9 will give us 14 over 2 times 3. 2 times 3. So we'll now get 14 over 6, which we can easily reduce to 2 in 14, 7. 2 in 6, 3. So if you convert this, converting 7 over 3 to decimal is not a problem. You just say 3 in 7, it goes 2 times. So remainder 1. Then since it cannot go in 1, apply your decimal point here, then you add 0 to this 10. Now say 3 in 10, 3 times. So you still have 1, which you keep adding 0 to. 3 in 10 again, 3. You still have 1 left, which you, when you add 0 again, 3 in that 10, 3. That means you will have it as 2.333. Now, if you use calculator, if you press from here, if I say square root of 5 from calculator, square root of 5 from calculator is going to give me 2.236. 2.236. You will see that the difference between this and the number we have here, the actual value and this estimate. Estimate means something very close to the actual. So it's just insignificant, which is 0.1, just 0.1. That means this will enable you predict or estimate what the square root of any number that is not a perfect square is. So we quickly take the second one, which is the last one for today. We want to examine the square root of 130. 130. That's the B part. The square root of 130 is simply the number itself, 130, plus the next perfect square after 130. Don't forget, the 3 digits, the least 3 digits perfect square is 100. That is, square root of 100 is 10. After 100, the next one is 121, because square root of 121 is what? Is 11. And 121 is still less than this. So after 121, the next one is square root of 144, which is 12. That means 144 is the next perfect square after 130. 144, just say plus 144 over 2 times square root of 144. And this will give us, let us add 130 plus 144. So 4, if you say 4 plus 0 here, you have 4, you have 7, you have 2. And that will give us 274 over. So this one is going to give us 2 times square root of 144 is 12. And we will now have 274 over 24. 2 times 12 is 24. So we can reduce this fraction conveniently. Let us use 2 first. 2 in 24, we have 12. 2 in 1. 2 in 2, 1. 2 in 7, 3. Remainder 1. So that one, put it in front of this 4, and you see it as 14. 2 in 14, that's 7. That means 274 divided by 24 is reducible into 137 divided by 12. So we can see now that 3 cannot go in 137, and no even number can go in it. So in this case, that means this is the least fraction. The next thing you will now do is that convert this one to decimal. So you say 12 in 13, 1 time. Remainder 1, that one, put it in front of 7. You see it as 17. 12 in 17 is 1 time again. Remainder what? Remainder 5. So because 12 cannot go in 5, apply decimal and put 0 behind it. So you now say 12 in 50. Don't forget, the highest multiple of 12 that you can find inside 50 is 48. And 48 divided by 12, you know, is 4, because it's 4 times 12 that will give us 48. That means 12 can go in 50 4 times, which is 40. If you subtract 48 from 50, you will have what left? You have 2 left. So you keep adding 0 to the remainder. So if you say in 20 now, 12 in 20 can only go once. So, and what will really remain? If you subtract 12 from 20, you have 8. So you also had, since that 8 is remainder, has 0 to it, 12 in 80. How many times? 12 can go in 86 times. And if you say 6 times 80, 6 times 12, I want to say, will give us 72. Which means if 12 in 86 times, that means you have used 72. That's 72. That means what is remaining is remaining 8. So which, when you add 0 again, it will still be 6. It will still be 8 left. It will still be 6. That means that 6 will reoccur. So in this case, we get a square root of 130 as we estimate it as 11.41666 and so on. So I want to quickly use calculator for square root of 130. Square root of 130 to see the actual value. Square root of 130. That gave us 11.4018. So if you look at the two numbers, you see that we have 11, we have 0.4. So in fact, you can see that even this one, if you check the difference between the two of them, if you say 11.41666 minus 11.4018. You can see the difference, 0.01. 0.01 is quite, that is almost 1/100 error. So that means we have the estimate very close, or as the closest value to the actual square root of 130. Without using calculator, estimate the square root of 84. Thank you.